you're familiar with the phrase, they're real and they're spectacular, if you're a Seinfeld fan. But how about in the world of golf equipment? Do you really know what's authentic, or have you been caught by the counterfeit world? Andrew Masterson is going to walk us through this world. Now, first of all, why are you exhibiting at the PGA show?
Yeah, we are the golf group. We've been around for 20 years. We represent all of the major golf manufacturers.
So they all agree on one thing.
They do agree on one
problem.
thing. This is a problem, and it's continuing to grow.
Is it all China-based problem?
There is primarily it's in China, but we have seen it nationally as well.
Okay.
And we're just doing the best that we can to, one, educate the consumers. That's really why we're here. This is the awareness arm. We try to show people, here are some differences between real and fake golf equipment, how you can go forward, and then ultimately the number one thing that we want everybody to know is the only way to get real golf equipment is to purchase from authorized retailers.
And so it covers every aspect of the game, every category. When I walked up to your display, I was surprised to see like head covers, for instance, right? So
right.
Ping G425, Ping G425. You're telling me only one of these is real?
That's correct. And unfortunately, they are getting better.
Do I have to guess?
I think that you're going to be able to guess. I think that you're going to be able to know which one is a little bit different.
This has to be real.
That's correct.
I got one right.
You got one right. I'll give you
one.
another one. We can give you another example.
Give me another test. I'm 1 for 1.
So for these are
man.
two Titleist golf balls. You can see the two different sizes here, and we'll try to see if you can pick them and fill them out and see which one's real and which one's fake.
Theoretically, these are both Pro V1s, okay? And given the fact that this one is terribly off-center, I have to think this is the fake.
That's correct.
Okay, so you can't always tell from the outside.
That's correct.
But the problem's going to be with the imbalance on the inside.
That's right.
Not only could it be completely counterfeit, but it could also be a different brand entirely painted over.
That's correct.
Oh,
we have seen that as well. And then the other thing that you can kind of see is we find that they get a bit of the little details wrong.
Okay.
So if you see these two, now these are a little bit older golf balls, but the theme still runs the same.
Yeah.
So these ones over here are fake and these ones are real. And the way that you can kind of tell the difference is this hologram. They can't do the graphics or recreate them in their printing machines. So you can see how that flickers, and that kind of showcases that that's the real deal.
That's it?
I know.
So, listen, most consumers have no chance in this space.
Well, it depends. We're really hoping that we can arm them as best we can.
If you're buying them from some guy's backyard or from a low-end consumer golf show, the chances are at the big bargain bin area,
it's
buyer
very
beware,
likely
right?
that you have, it is a buyer beware.
Why do I have so many Sharpies out here?
The Sharpies are real.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are that's just a giveaway for everybody.
Hey,
if you
the
come to the
Sharpies
booth,
are
you
real,
can have
and
one. The
they're spectacular.
Sharpies are real.
Nice, okay. Now let's get down to the clubs.
Yeah, let's go down to the clubs, and we can show you some of the live examples as well. But what you can see with the technology here is this is cheap glue that's kind of together, and it doesn't look like it's the real thing. Now, you wouldn't be able to open up this club and see it, so I'm going to show you on real and fake clubs to give you an idea.
Most retailers would be rather bothered if you broke out the
That's
hacksaw.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah, grab us a
yeah,
real
we could
one.
give you some.
And meanwhile, a reminder that in every case, the counterfeits right next to the authentic are almost impossible to distinguish in person. So here we go. Here's the Ping.
So these are Ping drivers.
So the head cover we showed you earlier was for the Ping G425.
That's correct.
This is the driver.
So you'll look at both of these, and it's subtle differences, and I think that that's important for everybody to understand. When we are seeing these, I am holding currently the real driver. Now, one of the things that we see here.
You're supposed to make me guess.
Oh, do you want to guess? We
Too
can do
late.
that.
No,
it is a little late.
I was going to guess that.
But I was going to say, I think you had it down. So one of the things you look at is the little details of these milled markings. These ones are uniform here. If you look at the ones on that one, they're already wearing off because they're cheap. Now, if you're in person, you can do this. You can't do this all the time. But if you go like this, there's a sound in here. I don't know if you can hear that. Now that sounds pingy. It's hollow. It's because there's no technology.
But the name of it's Ping.
I know.
So it's got to sound pingy.
Yeah, that is part of the appeal. That's true. But even so, you can kind of hear that this one has a little bit more of the polymer inside,
right.
and that's what we're looking for.
Okay, what kind of, on an American industry scale, what kind of money are we looking at in the counterfeit realm? How big has this gotten?
Big. It's hard to say. I would say it could be. I mean, I definitely think it's $1 billion business, but we really don't know, mainly because some of the scale varies greatly. We have major manufacturers that we're finding that we're going in and raiding, and then we have people that are doing it in their apartment.
I want to see a raid.
I know. A raid, try not to publicize all of that because just for safety, but I think that the raids are really where the enforcement stops.
Okay, so in this world of buyer beware, is there a way for a consumer, like on the spot, maybe in the store or at the display, is there a number they can call? Is there a resource they can reach out to on the spot that says, hey, I'm looking at serial number, whatever. Is it that detailed yet?
It's not that detailed yet, and that's, I think, really the next step, because just as these counterfeiters are continuing to work and be very quick in the way that they're doing it, it's our job now to be that next frontier. Now, obviously, every major equipment manufacturer does have people that you can reach out to, but it's not that quick yet, admittedly.
That's a big problem, and folks, if you're going to spend a considerable amount of money on your golf gear, make sure it's real. I think
That's right.
Do your very best to make sure. You don't want to get stuck with something that's going to fall apart, 2 swings into its career with you, and you've just dropped $500.
Yeah, unfortunately we see that all the time, and you can see that with these shafts too. You can see that they're coming off at the seams. This stuff doesn't last. It doesn't make you may be saving money initially, but ultimately it's a danger to your game.
Just remember, the Sharpies are real. So you got that going for you, which is nice.